Alright, guys, we should be live yet again, and this time I do have the mic on. So, yeah, I think today I'm just gonna start with the story. I lost my window here. I'm just gonna start with the story, get that out of the way, and then I'll take a look at some trust stones. I feel like I was productive yesterday in terms of what I did. I know you guys didn't really hear what I was saying because of the little issues that we were having. Let me just double check that the sound is loud enough here. Maybe I could put it a little louder. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, let's just hop into the story. I'm gonna get this done. Okay, so I forgot who I had yesterday. I think I had Sir O and like someone else. They're up to 99, and I took Mashari out too. So I'm gonna just finish everyone to 99. I think these are my last two 99s, and then I have a couple that I need to awaken. But I'm not gonna use this team. I'll use this team just to make it a little bit easier to get through the story. Oh, I forgot I had the background repeat on. So I've just been trying to get, just been farming more trust stones, and at least the good thing about that is that I'm also getting books along the way. So that should be gravy as well. I'm getting all the affinity right now. Yeah, so look at, well, I probably don't need great sword books, but the most important books to me are the armor and accessory, because the amount of armor and accessory is like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times that of any weapon, so those are the most important books. But yeah, I'm gonna convert these green and blue and purple to red. Alright, so let's see what Jeter has to say. Grab my AC remote. Hopefully this is loud enough.
I wonder if the battle between Heinler and Ovis has ended yet.
Okay, so looks like it's not an auto. I guess it's defaulting back to non-auto.
Even
I'm
if
not sure why.
Leonis has joined forces with Ovis, they'd still be no match for Oberon with his 2 rings. Once Ovis Castle has fallen, Oberon's next target shall certainly be Horn. And then the Sanctum.
I feel like the music is too loud.
But what would Oberon do if we were to find out the Sanctum holds Luciel captive within their great cathedral? If he came to cooperate with the Sanctum, then I would lose my hold over him.
So
I
yeah,
must act before that can be allowed to
let's
happen.
let the story finish.
I suppose killing Luciel is the most certain way of avoiding that circumstance.
I have a feeling Lucille's not gonna go
Who is
down
it?
easy, if that's the plan. Oh, this is Jeter.
Oh, it's you, Jeter.
Are these accommodations to your satisfaction?
Feels like the voice is a
They're
little low.
adequately sufficient. Thank you.
Maybe it's just me.
I am pleased to hear it.
However,
What is it?
it is too quiet here. I grow bored. Is there nothing that can provide me stimulation?
Whoa, what's going on here?
Well, I must say, those are words I did not expect from a princess of Ovis.
That's
I will
hilarious.
not need to call myself that much longer, for I shall soon be a queen.
Oh? So your negotiations with King Oberon went well, I take it?
Your guess is as good as mine. But I am a woman who always gets what she wants.
So yet again, they took us away from that battle that was happening.
Why do I have the pleasure of your company?
A little matter I must deal with has come up. So I shall need to pardon myself from the castle for
Oh,
a time.
I think I have
I
about
hope
2
you will
hours
remain
today that I
patient
could do.
while I am gone.
Is that all?
So hopefully this doesn't take me that long.
Yes, that is indeed all. So, if you will excuse me.
The reason why Jeter remained behind at this castle was most certainly because Oberon ordered him to keep an eye on me.
Mm-hmm.
But if that is the case, why would Jeter leave like this? I can hazard a guess as to where he is headed, though. Jeter is in bed with the Sanctum, so he would want one thing and one thing only right now. To deal with Isaac and Effinger, who are rumored to be Rundell's sympathizers.
Who are those? Are they from the Sanctum?
Things may finally become interesting. If this were to come to light, the chances of Oberon choosing to collude with the Sanctum would become slim at best. And that would make it easier to kill Luciel, once and for all.
I'm not sure if I like Shauza here. But yeah, she's gonna be fire element. So I don't know if I really need her because I have Kefka and Roy. I have plenty of magic
Where are
users.
Isaac and Effinger?
They have headed east.
I see. Then let's follow after them. We need to ensure they are dead before Oberon returns.
Yeah,
As you command.
he's definitely after them. So I guess we'll see who they are. But yeah, in case you didn't see it, spoilers, but there was an announcement for an FFBE character coming to the JP version at least right now. Or not right now, but soon in the next week or so, I guess. And he's also going to be a fire mage. Fire magic. Let me turn down this music or turn up the voice or something, because $70. And then I want to make sure all these chats are on, because I like being able to chat while in game. I guess I forgot to turn it on for emulator.
Let us enjoy ourselves. Let us enjoy ourselves.
For you.
Disgraceful! Prepare yourself!
I've no mercy.
Yeah, so I took off. Didn't I take off? Oh yeah, I took off Eldira.
Much better.
So she was just taking too long to take her moves. So now I have Lucia. It's just the same difference, really.
Does it hurt? Perhaps now you know not to dance with a demon.
Okay. Yeah, so yesterday's story, the chapter and scene before this, there was actually a lot of a lot of battles that had story. So it made it a lot easier. Now we might see more battles. Hey, what's going on, Fola? How's everything going with you?
Come now. Why don't you attack me? I am but one man. You'd think there would be no reason to hesitate.
I need to check if they changed his voice actor,
Ah, but
because
of
he
course,
sounds so different.
you have finally realized the overwhelming difference between our abilities. I swear, dealing with the rank and file is often more trouble than it's worth. How about now then? Does this make it any easier?
He sounds so
Perhaps this
different.
gives you
Oh
the
my god.
motivation to finally make a move.
Why? The nerve of you.
I'm on IMDb right now.
Shutting this fop up once and for good.
I thought they had War of the Visions on here. I would be able to check if I had the character, if I had the unit.
I'll kill anyone who gets meet your end.
Huh. I'm not seeing it on here. Maybe I need to Google it. War of the Visions. IMDb.
Let us enjoy ourselves. How do you fare against a
I
duel?
suppose I can play a little. Not finished yet, I hope.
Ooh, yeah, FF8. I'm happy that it's coming. I'm not sure. I feel like it's gonna be missing something. I don't know what it is,
Now
but
you know not to dance with the
it
demon.
feels a little off for some reason. But I'm glad that they finally did it. They're finally doing it. My grind is going okay. I've been mostly just farming trust stones, and I've been doing raid revival. I don't really know if I need raid revival. Like, I don't really need any of the equipment all that much. I'm really just saving up to get like multiple copies of things. Have you been doing raid revival at all?
How is this possible?
Because I know it's like super popular
My
usually.
apologies. Here I was, fully intent on going easy on you. But it would seem the difference in our abilities is just too overwhelming. I do have a habit of regularly outdoing
me
myself, you
see.
see.
Hey, I remember you. I thought you looked familiar.
Wait, is this the guy who single-handedly took down Lycoris Castle back when we occupied it?
Don't stop. My praises are supposed to be sung.
He sounds so different. My God,
Hmm.
I can't, I can't do it,
You
man.
gentlemen really
sounds
do
so
lack
different.
more vocabulary, don't you? Surely there are more fitting ways to compliment me. Nothing? Come now. I shall even lower my linguistic standards for you. A handsome wanderer such as myself never rejects acclamation, no matter how excessive it may be.
Okay, yeah.
You don't seem
Oh, so maybe this might be spoiling things for you then.
you from Heindler as well.
As well? Oh, I see.
Yeah, I gotta
You're
say,
from Heindler,
it's
I
pretty
see.
easy to burn out on this game because there's just so much to
For
do.
your own good, I suggest you
You
escape
really do
while
have to
still
pace
can.
yourself. For
Their
whatever
weapons
reason,
will
I
be
started
arriving
another
soon.
account,
You should
and
go
I just
before
been
it's
just
too
to see, I guess just to see how hard it is.
And leave you to fend for
But
yourself in the
there's a
process.
certain point every day where I just have to stop playing because it's just so much to do.
Hey, stop facing the wedge.
And when you start a new account, you're like underpowered for months.
You wish to bask in my gaze. Is that it? Huh? That is a
Okay.
privilege I only bestow upon princesses. I'm
I guess it
afraid.
is the same voice
So I
actor.
suggest you abandon
Looks
any
like
such
Howlett and
fantasies.
Lamiga are the same guy. How far are you in the story? Because I think
I
what
cannot
this is
help
like
but
book
wonder
3
why
at this point.
world is filled with so many princesses ready to throw away their lives.
What?
I can tell these are the miscreants who've stolen the smile from your beautiful face. Which leaves me no choice. As much as I do not enjoy picking on the weak, I shall have to do so in order to reclaim that smile of yours.
I feel like they didn't really explain this new version of Howlet in book 2. Honestly, there was a time, so like maybe, I don't know, it was a while ago. Like let's say end of last year, I was like really behind on the story and I was catching up. It took me like almost like 2 or 3 weeks to get through. And I was like already halfway through book 2. Oh, yeah, okay. So like I think where you're at is mostly like Jaden and things like that. First chapter was really a lot about Mont, or the first book was about like Mont, Glaciella, Moraga, Stern.
Who gets in my way, meet your end.
Then the second book is like mostly
Fight until the very end.
Jaden, Oberon.
Let us enjoy ourselves. How do you fare against a demon?
It's weird because like at first when this game first came out,
I can play a little.
I wasn't super into it. Well, once I started watching the story, I think just learning the characters made me like the game a lot more.
Savor this pain.
I will give it my all.
It's over.
I see your attacks.
It's not over yet.
For you.
This is it for you. The natural conclusion.
My neck feels really stiff. Okay. So you're more of a like the mainline Final Fantasy games. I feel you. Did you come in for a collaboration? Like, do you have a strong collaboration character like Sephiroth or something? Or like FF6? Because for me, like, well, I don't know. I originally got into the game for Final Fantasy Tactics, but like knowing that Final Fantasy 7 would come out, I started like saving and buying a bunch of bundles and stuff until it finally came out.
Gets in my way. This is it for you.
I will fight until the very end. You will fall.
Let us enjoy ourselves. Savor this pain.
It's not over yet.
Down with this very
I
blade.
suppose I can play my gratitude. For you.
Useless.
Surely you can do better.
Disgraceful.
And yeah, you mentioned Final Fantasy 8, of course. The thing about this game is that they always only release 3 or 4 characters at once. I think for Final Fantasy 7, they took 7 the most serious because they started with 4 and then they did 2 more.
I see your attacks.
So I think that's pretty much the most. And they each got a card. So there was 2 cards each, I think.
Perhaps now you know.
So there is a lot of stuff to get from them. Ooh, Garland, that would be cool. So when I think of Garland, in my mind, I just think of like Golbez, because they have that kind of look, I guess. I need to look him up because I don't remember. Yeah, yeah, he has like that same spiky helmet
This is ridiculous.
look.
We're no match for him on our own. Retreat!
Why did you do that? You let those Rundal soldiers get away, and without killing a single one of them.
I do not like to take lives unnecessarily.
It's funny because they reran
Unnecessarily.
Final Fantasy 1 a couple of times,
Do
or
not
at
be
least one
mistaken,
time.
I am not praising your
Maybe 2
actions.
actually.
Without a doubt, those soldiers will come back with
And
reinforcements.
all we have is Warrior of Light and a bunch of like the Armor of
Do you
Light
not
and the
understand?
Sword of Light.
Next time there shall be even more of them, and
You are the one who does not understand. No matter how many times they throw themselves at us, you will have nothing to fear.
I'm just surprised how slowly they release characters. There's got to be something happening on Square
Surely
Enix's side
intelligence
that
such as yourself should
they're
be
kind of
able
just
to
not
tell.
allowing
It
them
must
to
mean like
use
this was written in the stars.
certain characters.
no, it was merely by chance.
You are here, and here I am. That alone is quite the workings of fate, if you ask me.
You gotta love characters like Howlet and Camillo.
How long do you intend to keep following me?
They're just like delusional.
Were we not, sweet princess? We just happened to be heading to the same place.
Then tell me, where are you going?
I've come to understand that people seek their homelands when they are resolved to die. Am I wrong? My destination is the Star Reader's Village, known by them as the Sacred Place.
For what purpose?
I don't know, but I really
6
wish
great swords.
they would bring it back to Final
What do
Fantasy
you know of
Tactics.
these things?
Because I think that's what a lot of
I
people
know
want.
nothing at all.
It's good.
That is
FF8
why
is
I want to learn everything.
a really,
And
like,
your people.
people were really asking for
I
it, so
promise you, no princess would wish to die while they are in my company.
I think the thing with this game is that they're really only gonna have like maybe one or maybe 2 versions of every character from collabs. So it's not like an FFBE where they can just release everything. 7, 10, 15, 6, and 8. Okay. 7, 10, 15. Yeah. I gotta say though, I like most of the games. Final Fantasy V, I didn't really have as much of a connection with, but 7, 10, 15 not as much either. But 7, 10, 6, and 8 are all pretty good ones for me. I'm just a little upset that they didn't release Zell. They went with Irvin instead of Zell, because Zell is my man. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do, because 16 would have been like a good promotion for the game. But maybe they're waiting for like a DLC or something. Oh, I thought they had a traitor.
Enemy platoon confirmed as defeated.
I think this is the first time Eldira's like really involved in the story.
We did it! That's what you get for messing with Lumen.
Careful. We can't let our guards down just yet.
True. There are still plenty more foes yet standing. But if we keep this up, it'll be the biggest upset ever.
Right? If we can defeat Heimdallr, then...
That just leaves the sanctum.
This is not the time to be getting ahead of ourselves.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Our opponent is Oberon after all, and he now wields 2 rings.
This kind of reminds me of that time long ago when we had a mock battle with King Elda.
Oh, mock battle.
We barely knew what we were doing back
That's
then,
funny.
but even so...
Yeah, it was painful how totally useless we were against His Majesty.
Gareth.
And that was up against
I didn't realize that
someone
guy's
who had
name was
one ring.
Gareth.
That is precisely what I mean. If we Lumen were to be decimated, then the odds of stopping Hyndler's forces would be practically 0.
Understood.
I shall be vigilant.
Me too.
That means we can't let our formation break.
Correct. Let us proceed with the utmost of care.
That could work
there.
with Clive, actually. I did, like... I don't know why they decided to go with lightning for Squall. I feel like he should have been ice.
He only has 3 attendants.
Now's our chance then.
We need to beat him and end this war.
Take out his guards first.
Got it.
Understood.
And do not let him draw near to us.
On my mark.
Fire. You think he would be fire, though? Oh, yeah. Because of the game. Yeah, right. I haven't played it yet. But I know what you're referring to. It's weird. They've been releasing, like, weird characters for fire lately.
This is it for you.
I will fight until the very end.
And to me, it's kind of weird that they did Rain and Hyo as both fire. But, I don't mind. But Fire's been getting a lot of good stuff lately. And Fire used to not be that good. But now it's a lot better. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess Rain should have been water, but he's not. The only one that makes... Well, the only 2 that make sense are Cloud and Lightning. Well, Cloud could have technically been water. Also.
Found it. I will give it my all.
I was just trying to think of who else could have been... Who else was, like, given the proper element. Like, Tifa should have been water. But she's not. I think, honestly, I want to see Final Fantasy IX. I just want to get Vivi. There's a chance we won't even get Vivi, but I think Vivi is definitely my favorite character from that game.
Even if he has 2 rings.
I don't think anyone's gonna top
Oberon
Vivi.
is just 1 man.
And if we can only defeat Oberon, then
I
victory
think that's
shall
pretty
be
much
ours.
it. I never really played 12.
Lumen, focus all your magic in unison.
But I think a lot of
Our target is
there's a
Oberon
lot of room
and
for
Oberon alone.
them to repeat some
You underestimate me.
some of the games. 'Cause there's like so many characters. What is going on?
We can do this.
Yeah, we haven't lost yet.
Oh snap. That's crazy.
So this is the power of two rings used in tandem.
Yeah,
Normally,
Vivi.
your Lunan division
What do
might
you
have
think
been
a
a
Yuffie
force
should have
to be
been?
reckoned with.
Like wind or something?
However, times have changed.
Or like dark?
Your enemy is
Yeah,
not
maybe.
limited to those that attack
I
you
think either
head-on.
wind or dark would have been
Those
pretty
who
good.
cannot adapt
Because
this
wind to me is like
paradigm
a
shall be
fast ninja
eradicated.
type. And it's also kind of like foresty. And you find her in the
This
forest. I think,
is a
was it in the
vision
forest?
war.
Oh yeah, Vivi. I mean, if 9 comes out, I would take Vivi, Zidane,
You grace us with
or
your presence.
Dagger,
Hildira, are you all okay?
or like Beatrix. That would be awesome.
What's everyone's status?
Alive. Barely.
To me, Beatrix is almost like Agrias in this game, or in Tactics.
Likewise for me.
Can't even move.
We were so close.
If I hold Oberon off, will you be able to get everyone to safety?
I shall try, Your Majesty.
I'm counting on you. Hold me off. You are but another who cannot adapt. If I target your mages there, you shall attempt to protect them, even if it means sacrificing yourself. But you will never be able to
Beatrix
save them,
reminds you of Arnea.
not with your meager power,
I could see that.
not with your one ring. This battle was over before it begun.
Cease this at once.
I feel like, I don't know, like a lot of times I just like characters based on their design. And Beatrix has a really nice
No
design.
time for nations to be fighting one another. The Realm Scourge is coming. You are King Oberon of Heinlar, I take it.
I am indeed.
Then you must declare a ceasefire at once. Please. Fighting will only draw the Realm Scourge to you.
Glaciella, what is this realm scourge you speak of?
A gigantic monstrosity.
And it is said to have a strong reaction when it senses the loss of souls.
So if your forces
I think Freya from FF9 would be nice, just because of her job. I think she would be a cool
You are Glaciella
Dragoon.
of Bazette, then. Do you actually think spouting such nonsense will save Mont's life?
Why do you not believe me? If you do not take immediate action, it shall be too late.
I did not expect Wazette to join the fray. Nevertheless, if I deal with you here, it shall save me the trouble later.
I honestly don't remember the story all that much.
Then all that will remain is for me to await the advent of the real King Jaden.
I just remember getting wrecked by her. I remember Final Fantasy 9 had a lot of like forced losing, like you had to lose to both Beatrix, I think Beatrix a few times, and then Kujo one time or two times. Yo, Kimari, I think Kimari was awesome because on the sphere grid you could just take him whichever way you wanted. So that was cool. But yeah, I think there's still a lot of room for characters from 10. I think they could do a better job with the Espers. Because in 10, at least for Yuna, they got Valifor, but I feel like for 8, they didn't really do anything for 8. I did see a screenshot of Brothers, which was pretty cool. But it would be nice to get like a VC or an Esper.
Easy now.
Or like Doom Train or something like that. That would be amazing.
Whatever is the matter?
Hornless.
King Oberon.
That's pretty funny.
King Mont. It's a towering monster.
A monster?
Yes, the likes of which we've never seen before. It attacked our village.
Like nowadays, I think of Kimari and I just think of like the Avatar
It must
movie,
be the Realm Scourge.
like
It
those
has
blue
appeared
people.
sooner than I had feared.
Cayenne, I leave this villager in your care.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I really would love to see Waka
What exactly is this realm scourge?
or Lulu. I think they're both pretty
I'm
cool.
not entirely sure myself yet. But it suddenly appeared in Wazette and attacked our people.
But I'd even be interested in like
Proceeded to consume the very souls that
characters that
attended
maybe
them.
aren't as popular. I feel like Riku was probably popular from 10. Well, like I'm also thinking of
We tried
Selphie
to
from
fight
8.
it,
I would definitely
but
love
it
to see
proved
her.
Too powerful. We were beaten, yet it just chose to wander off somewhere.
Her name was literally Selphie. That's
What
hilarious.
could that mean?
It might have headed to these lands in pursuit of even more souls to devour.
I think the question is, when are they gonna bring back Nier?
You must not wage war at this time.
Waka is
Any
racist.
blood that is spilled will cause
Wasn't he
the
like
Realm Scourge to
anti-Machina?
appear. You have to understand. We couldn't defeat
Or
it
was he
even
like
with
anti-Albed? Was that it?
Gilgamesh.
Stern was there?
Yes. We fought side by side, but even then.
Well, I guess we're probably not gonna see Waka for a while
That just
because his
makes it
weapon
all
is a
the more
ball.
Interesting.
Like they don't seem to like doing unique weapons in this
Do not
game.
see what could be of interest.
But it could just be striking.
This is quarry that even the winged one was unable to defeat.
Yeah,
I obtained
anti-Albed.
this trophy by defeating
That's
it
hilarious.
myself.
I remember like that game had like you can learn the entire language if you found like the different letters.
They are monsters produced by the Realm Scourge.
I will fight them with you.
Just don't get in my way.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That Gilgamesh looks pretty cool in the Trials of Reckoning. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I think I just got some mail.
The dragon's spear pierces the heavens.
I'll kill anyone who gets meet your end.
I will fight until the very end. I will give it my all.
It's not over down with this very
Let
blade.
us enjoy ourselves. Try to endure. I
Yeah,
suppose
so
I can play
every so often I log into FFBE, the regular FFBE,
exciting.
and there was a time where they gave out like a free Gilgamesh. I think he was like a Neovision Gilgamesh. But like, I was using him for like a month or something because he was pretty. Not that he was like any better than anyone else, but on my account he was like my newest character, so I was just using him. Actually, no, I think he was Neovision Awakened, not a regular Neovision. But like, I haven't logged into FFBE. Well, I logged in to get the Addison Ray,
Does it hurt?
the 2D version of Addison Ray, but I never really.
This is it for you. The next
I just like logged in basically. I didn't even build her or anything, or even use her. I don't think there was an event for her. It was just like you get the character and you're done. But I think you could still get her shards until like October or something like that. So I kind of didn't really Like, it didn't really engage me all that much. Well, yeah, I mean, there was a time I was playing FFBE and I really enjoyed it.
The dragon's spear pierces the heavens.
But like, between playing this game and a couple of others, there's been so many games that I just played over the years because I just didn't have time.
Let us enjoy ourselves. Try to endure.
And games that I liked, actually, some games just get annoying after a while, so I just stopped playing them. This game has at least,
This is exciting.
even though it's gotten harder to pull stuff, at least they've been upgrading units and they've been making the game like a lot of quality of life changes. So the game has just been easier to play, so it's been helping to keep me going. That's true. I forgot about Stranger of Paradise. I feel like that game was like, I don't know, like when I remember watching the trailer for that, and it just felt like it was like a Devil May Cry game. It felt like God of War. It felt like Resident Evil. It felt like all these different games. And like that kind of did make me interested in it, but I never ended up playing it. But I think the funny part is that like playing this game just makes me not play other like real games as much. Yeah, it was definitely a missed opportunity. I feel like they could have promoted it more, and that would have made me want to play it, because when Full Metal Alchemist came out, I wanted to watch the anime, so it would have been the same. So Stranger of Paradise, I'm pretty sure that was PS4, I guess PC too.
The dragon's spear
I should try to play that. It's probably on sale by now. Let me see. Because it did. I'm not saying it looked bad or anything.
Enjoy ourselves.
It just felt like it was like a lot of. Yeah, it's on Steam. It felt like it was very. Like I couldn't really tell what kind of game it was. Necessarily.
This is it for you.
So it's down to 40 right now on Steam. Let me see. Check eBay. I might think about picking that one up. That's 30. Looks like it's like 30-ish new.
Inexperienced.
And there's a PS4 and a PS5 version. I think soon enough I'm gonna get a PS5, but I think I'm waiting for the. They were saying that there's gonna be a new model of PS5. And then once I get PS5, I can finally play FF7 Integrate. I still haven't played that. I'm kind of like so sad because I feel like there's so many games that I could be playing and I'm just not playing any of them.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, exactly. Gacha feels like a second job. Like the more games you play, like that's the trap that I fall into the trap because they're like free and you could just start them. I'm like, oh, I'll check it out. And then the more you play, the more you realize you get sucked in. Yeah, and same. I'm waiting for Rebirth. I mean, I want to play Integrate, but I think Rebirth is going to make me want to like actually, you know, buy whatever I need to buy. But I think that's going to be PS5 too. So I think it's kind of sad to play original remake on PS4, and then you're stuck having to get the rest on PS5. So we'll see. We'll see if they come out with a PC version, because I might just get that. That might make my life easier. Because I used to care a lot about trophies on PS4, but now I don't really care that much. But yeah. But no, yeah, Rebirth looks like it's gonna be good. Hopefully they do as good of a job as they did with Remake. And I'm so pissed too, like I never played Final Fantasy Type 0 because I bought a copy and like somebody, it looks like somebody at the store must have taken the disc out and they put like a printer CD or something like that. So I never got to play Type 0 even though I had the game.
Mont, you take care of the village. Huh? Did you not hear me?
Yes, it's just... I did not expect you would care about them.
It comes as a surprise to you? I do not believe blood should be spilled unnecessarily.
Yeah, man.
I am human after all.
I'm surprised because between, I think it was between like 12 and 13, they took so long to come out with 13, but I feel like they've been doing a lot. They've been releasing, I mean, not, you know, it hasn't been like every year or something like that, but they've been pretty consistent with releasing Final Fantasy related games.
Stay vigilant.
Yeah.
I guess
Backlog is
now go.
Backlog is a problem.
So be it.
Like part of the reason I even wanted to start streaming was to just play some older games, but I just don't get through them. That's the problem.
It shall be done.
I was just thinking of something else too. When you said backlog. Oh no, yeah, it's just this game. Like yesterday I was thinking like, man, I still have a lot to do. I still have to do, I'm doing the story now, but I still have to do selection quests and the legendary reliquaries. I still haven't started Tower for this time.
Hurry and assemble any troops left scattered on the battlefield.
So I always feel behind in this game. I've been catching up with like my units. I've been raising my units. And I've been trying to finish all my equipment and everything, but you know, there's just so much to do. And they just keep adding more and more.
Have the villagers been evacuated?
Yes. It appears Leonis'
So yeah, you're gonna get to this in the story eventually, but this monster here is basically like Weapon from, I think Weapon was around in a couple of games, but he reminds me of Ultima Weapon, or is Ultima or Diamond Weapon, one of those two. I gotta look it up now. Ultima Weapon.
More of its foul spawn. Cut your way through them and head for the Realm Scourge.
Not really Ultima Weapon. I think it's Diamond Weapon. Yeah, he looks like a combination. Like he's Diamond Weapon but black, essentially.
I'll kill anyone who gets it for you.
You fight until the very end. It ends here. It's not over yet. Down with this.
Yeah, but like, yeah, talking about backlog, I really need to finish. I actually bought Final Fantasy 15. I think I have it on Steam, but I bought the Pocket Edition, which I thought was pretty cool.
Such insolence.
This is it for you.
Yeah. Are you playing any other gacha games? Because to me, like, I started playing Street Fighter because I thought it was a little bit more casual, Street Fighter Duel. But like yesterday, for example, I spent like a good like 3 hours playing and I didn't really even do anything. That's the thing. Like, you'll just start playing, and then all of a sudden, 3 or 4 hours passes by, and it's like, oh, no wonder I'm not playing anything from my backlog.
What's the matter? This is exciting.
Yeah, man. It's so funny. Like, the whole feeling like a second job. It's so funny that we're like paying to do a job.
Come now. Let us
You know,
enjoy ourselves.
sometimes we pay, but sometimes we don't pay, and we have to earn our thing, and that's why it's a job. But
Meet your end.
sometimes it feels like we're paying to do a job. We're paying for them to make money. Ah, yeah, okay. See, that's funny. When this game came out, I started playing this and, you know, the FFOO, Opera Omnia. And honestly, I liked the visual style on that game. Like, it was more appealing to me at first. So I was kind of just logging in, but I was like so bad at that game that it didn't get anywhere. Because it was like, was it like the Brave attacks or whatever? I couldn't, not that I couldn't figure it out, but it was just like, I think there was like a boss, I think it was like a Cactuar boss or something, and I was like underpowered for it, but I kept trying for whatever reason,
Anyone who says it for you.
and it got me kind of upset that I couldn't beat it. But
Let us enjoy ourselves.
but yeah, I enjoyed that game, and I blame that game for not, like, I don't have a streak from like the first day of this game, and I blame that game for breaking that streak, because I was logging into that more than this one. Oh, I thought I was on Steam.
Is it for you?
It's so funny, when the pandemic first hit, I was like ready to get through my backlog. I think I got through like 1 or 2 games, and I was trying to play FF13. I didn't make. I mean, I made it decently far, but I'm pretty sure I'm nowhere near the end of that game. Actually, I made it to the part where you get the Espers, and it's like they're like vehicles,
Disgraceful.
and that was like so funny.
Is this what you wanted? You will fall.
Hmm.
You handled this.
Yeah. So, would you, in the FOO, do you,
I've no mercy for you.
like, do you have to repeat a mission that you spent like an hour on or something? Because I would hate that so much. Actually, that's why I stopped playing another game, because they were actually, it was actually a lot of fun to play, but they would always give out free characters and, you know, free stuff.
Meet your
And it was great, but like, you had to work so much for it. And then I would realize that I spent like entire weeks just playing the game, just trying to get the free stuff.
It ends here. Found it.
I mean, I enjoyed doing it, but
Savor this pain.
man,
This is it for you.
I don't think I own 15 apparently. I thought I did. I know my sister has. I could probably borrow from her, if anything.
The fun's not over. Painful, isn't it?
I will give it my all.
Or maybe I could get it on CD keys. Oh, I own 13 on PC, which I started playing on PS3.
Disgraceful.
Let's see, CD keys.
Perhaps now you know not to dance with a demon.
Ugh. 15. $20 for the PC edition. It's not bad. Yeah, and in the FOO, you would get the character, and then you had to pull for their weapon, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, I really, I'm pretty sure I still have that installed on my iPad. I just haven't logged into it in forever. Ugh. Hold on, let me see.
If its spawn were not enough, that Realm Scourge monstrosity is covered in the most stalwart of armor.
We are trying to concentrate our attacks all on one spot. However,
It appears to have some manner of regenerative properties.
Is that so? Now we know why Gilgamesh struggled to fell this menace. But I possess
I
a
guess I
power
don't
that
have it installed.
surpasses even that of the heavens. I need to eliminate this realm scourge and unify
Alright,
all of
well.
Ardra before the coming of the true King Jaden.
I might try to play it one day.
But first, we must clear
Not
away
not
these
like
creatures
seriously,
that are
but just
hampering
to
us.
just to do a couple of missions or something.
Then our full forces shall focus their attacks on the realm scourge's head.
As you command.
understood, Your Majesty.
Follow my lead!
Yeah, that's the thing for me. Like, yeah, you know, it's one thing if it takes time from another game, like fine. But like once you start, like I would start like staying. This is something that I've noticed. I always did is like I would stay up late to play games, and then I would feel like crap the next day at work. And you know, you can do that. You can do that to a certain point, right? And then you just get burned out. But yeah, and also like not hanging out with friends and stuff like that, like especially during the pandemic when you know you don't really see anybody. So yeah, that just kind of made it a lot harder. Like, you know, certain games kind of do that to you.
This is it for you.
Yeah. I can't tell you, like when I used to play Pokemon Go, I can't tell you how many times I just left the office. I saw like some Pokemon or whatever, and I was like, oh, a Dragonite or something, let me go get it. And I just left the office.
I've no mercy for you.
I think the way that like the all these gacha games, the way that they make you log in at certain times of the day, like that stuff over time, it kind of just takes control of your, I don't want to say it takes control of your life, but it just kind of just takes control of your decision making.
Your demise is upon you.
Like I remember that with Pokemon Go, like there was a lot of times I would go, you know, instead of going straight home, I would go like somewhere else and then go home. And then there was times where I would just like wander around for like hours. No, yeah, that's why for Pokemon Go I try to only play it when I'm with friends. So if there's a community day or something like that, or Go Fest was this weekend, that's one thing. But if I'm just playing on my own, like I will want to collect everything. I want to get like all shinies and all that stuff, and then I'll just be walking around forever. Yeah, no, but like the first year of that was really fun because there was like a lot of people out, and you would like run into random people. Well, I don't know what. Well, you don't have to tell me where you're from, but like if you live in a big city, you'll understand what I mean. That you just like would run into people. Whoa, what is that? I think we've seen that before, actually.
Did you see that?
It is done!
Is that all the so-called Realm Scourge had to offer?
Impossible.
I do not believe it.
King Oberon.
It laughs at me. But
No, yeah. Pokemon in general, I feel like I made a lot of friends. Because I also, I literally have cards right here. Hold on, I'm not looking at my camera. I have some cards like right here. My friends wanted to play in the tournament, so I was like, all right, I'll get a deck. And I've met a lot of people through either Pokemon card game or just like the regular game or Go. Between the three of those, I've met a lot of people.
No.
Yeah, but like at the same time, I'm kind of just like, I feel like nowadays Pokemon is just, like they're just a powerhouse, right? They just release anything, and it's a thing like Pokemon Cafe or something like that. Like I don't necessarily, or like Pokemon Sleep, right? So like I played Pokemon Go so much, I was just like, there's no way I'm gonna play Pokemon Sleep because now I'm gonna be sleeping, and I'm still gonna be thinking about Pokemon. Yeah, so I have a deck here. I have a deck. This is like a deck, most of a deck, and I was looking through some of my old stuff. I have like all these tins and everything. Like this is the Mew and Mewtwo tag team. I have like a couple of binders here.
This cannot be happening.
Under my projector. Under my desk here. Under my bed. Yeah.
Take King Oberon and run.
I have like an Eevee binder. Tapu Koko. Oh, it's all covered in dust. Then these other like two binders. I kicked up a bunch of dust. But yeah, I don't know. I actually, the funny thing is I got back into the card game when Pokemon Go came out. I guess, you know, it's exactly what you were saying, that they should have promoted Strangers in Paradise in 16 in this game, because I think Pokemon Go did a great job of like bringing back Pokemon and promoting everything about Pokemon. You want me to do a video of my collection? I mean, I could do that, I guess. I just don't. I might do that actually. I don't really know who's gonna want to watch that or anything, but I could do that. But the kind of the thing is that I missed out on.
Without power, nothing can be changed.
I've missed out on a couple of sets because I just wasn't into it during that pandemic, so I just kind of didn't really get anything from there. So I haven't really gotten anything since like Sword and Shield base. But yeah, there's a point where I was putting everything into the binder. You know, I would arrange it by type and by whatever, by what, not the set, but like the, if it was like Sun and Moon or XY or whatever. That is actually a really good point there. Pokemon was inspired by Final Fantasy. Wasn't Final Fantasy inspired by Dragon Quest also?
The 3 lines were a decoy, part of a greater decisive strategy. The clash between Mont and Oberon is fierce.
I can barely hear this.
However, the battle is disrupted by the arrival of the realm scourge.
And it's funny because I think what was I gonna say? Dragon Quest came out with Dragon Quest Monsters. I think they came out before Pokemon. And then I don't really know if that had any like sequels or anything.
Oracle, Chapter 27.
But then now I know that they came out with
of the Twilight.
Dragon Quest Builders, which is like a Minecraft type of game.
Eons in the future.
It's crazy because I know that Dragon Quest is like super popular in Japan. Here is not so much.
Respite for the weapon will not last long. Once it reawakens, it shall rend in the lands of men, devouring their souls.
Of that, I am well aware. Amnelis, what am I supposed to do? That is the knowledge I must have. You know as well as I do. We are now at a point from which there is no going back. One false step, and the future might slip from our hands and be lost forever. Amnelis, I beg of you.
Oracle, post Chapter 27.
Amnelis?
The hour of despair. The castle of spiraled horns. Light gathers. The dark can be repelled by deeper darkness.
Let's just checking my phone.
Amnelis.
Speaking of Dragon Quest, I was playing that DQ Tact. I played that for like a good couple of weeks, and I was like, yeah, it's a fun game, but like there's no way I could keep up with that and play this game at the same time.
Help me, Gilgamesh. I shall.
Interesting. FF2 and 3. I'd never played either one of those, but I don't know if do they even have a character that stands out from there. I know Onion Knight definitely.
Amnelis, you fused with the Realm Scourge in order to suppress it, but gradually it consumes you. There can be no other explanation. Which means it now
actually,
uses your soul as a
yeah,
source of energy.
FFBE has a bunch of FF2 characters. Now that I think I'm thinking about it, my boy is definitely Leon. I love that guy. And Furion. I forgot about Furion. Yeah, so they could do FF2. I would be down for that, actually. Oh, they're also in FFOO. The FFOO. Oh my god. That is so hard to say. FF3. Onion Knight.
Resnick, get King Oberon out.
It is useless.
Oh, whoops.
We would never make it in time.
Furion, Leon, and Maria.
Stop the monstrosity ourselves.
Maria. I think I just saw Maria.
Then
Is
aim
that
for
Maria?
its forehead. Hit it with everything you have got.
Rayra. This character, Maria, does not seem like I've seen her before anywhere. Huh.
No!
I would so be down for that, though.
Visions? But...
They have a lot to choose from, and they're being kind of slow with it.
I am unworthy.
But I think they're holding out on certain characters so that they could just keep the life of the game going as long as possible.
Allow me to take it from here. You two, escort Oberon to safety.
Because I think what they're eventually going to do is certain characters are just going to get like their light version or their dark version.
Hold back the Realm Scourge while my men and I evacuated the nearby villagers. Now I shall do the same for you.
Kind of like Stern, but basically like Cecil. We're probably going to get like a dark Cecil at some point.
Quickly now, go.
Very well.
Yeah, I feel like they don't really want to do too many versions of the collab characters. Like in the in-game characters, they're gonna do, FFBE, they're gonna do as many versions that they want. But for the collab characters, I think 2 at most, and it's only gonna be certain characters like Cecil and whoever had like a dark and a light version. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a Safer Sephiroth boss or something like that. But I doubt we're gonna get like a Kingdom Hearts Cloud or Advent Children Cloud or something like that. You never know. If this game goes on long enough, then maybe.
Let us enjoy ourselves. Savor this pain.
Yeah, part of me thought that it just takes them a long time to make a character, but it feels like it probably doesn't take them that long.
Thought you could hit me.
Because they have really good artists. Like once they have the design of the character, they can just make I think the 3D version is not that hard for them to make. Like maybe it takes time to decide what they're gonna, like what kind of character they're gonna be, but aside from that, I don't think it really would take them that long. Itchy. Wow, that was just the first battle. I think I'm gonna just because I only have like an hour or so left, and then I have to go. I kind of want to get those trust stones done. Well, I mean, I don't have to get them done. I just have to try to do something before the end of the day.
I'll kill anyone who leads your way. I will fight until the very end. It ends here.
Let us enjoy ourselves.
I was gonna say that it would be cool for them to have like Super Mario RPG collab, but I really doubt that's gonna happen. First of all, I really doubt that's gonna happen, and I don't know how the characters would fit into the game. Maybe Gino, maybe, but nobody else would really fit into this game.
I've no mercy for you.
But I feel like it would be really cool if we got Gino. But yeah, I feel like Square is sitting on a lot of different properties that they could use. Oh, actually, another game that I kind of wanted to finish was World of Final Fantasy. That game was actually pretty interesting. Square Enix. They own ActRaiser. I didn't realize that. Wrestling. Bubble Bobble. Bushido Blade. Chocobo in general. The Chrono series. Darius. Dragon Quest. Fighting Force. Oh, don't they own that other game, The Bouncer? Front Mission. Gex. They own Gex. I didn't realize that. Oh, because they own Eidos. Groove Coaster. Just Cause. That would be amazing. Kingdom Hearts, obviously. Life is Strange. Lufia. The Mana series. Musashi, of course. I would love to see Musashi. Adventures of Musashi. What is that? Never heard of that. Pandemonium. Parasite Eve. Saga. The Saga series. Don't they also own what's that game called? I forgot.
Sorry we took so long,
Right,
Majesty.
they got Star Ocean, The World Ends With You, Valkyrie Profile. I don't see Vagrant Story on here.
Thank you. Your actions have saved many a life.
That won't
They
be the
don't
case
own
if we
Tomb
can't do
Raider
something
anymore.
about this, though.
Or Hitman.
How do we defeat such an enormous monster?
It almost appears as if it is laughing.
So weird it doesn't have any sound effects. Lenneth from Valkyrie Profile. True, true. They own Tactics Ogre.
It did the same thing last time.
Last time?
After slaughtering so many of our people and devouring their souls, the realm skirts simply wandered off to rest. Gilgamesh explained it to us like this. That it does so in order to digest the souls it consumed, or to rest its vital components.
Then this is the perfect time to strike.
No. It seems that it discharges miasma as a defense mechanism while it rests. It would be too risky.
Then the miasma that enveloped the whole of Leonis was emitted by the Realm Scourge.
Valkyrie profile. What's that other game? Is Odin Sphere? Is that Square? Odin Sphere?
This monstrosity is connected to the enormous crystal that was buried beneath our castle? Then, the duty of Leonis' royal family to serve as guardians was to ensure that this very threat was
that's
never
Atlas.
awoken.
Isn't Persona? Is Persona Atlas or is it Square?
I understand that approaching the Realm Scourge as it rests would be no easy task. It seems the only option we have then is to wait for it to start moving again.
It is Atlas,
and
okay.
hit it head on.
Do we even stand a chance of beating it, though? Forgive me. This isn't the time for being doubtful.
Your concern is warranted. To be honest, I have no idea of our chances.
Your Majesty.
Even Oberon and his armies seemed unable to hurt the thing before it tore through them.
Octopath, yeah, that's a good one.
I imagine we won't fare
Why is it
better
not?
given
I'm
our
looking at the
fighting
wiki.
power.
Square Enix video game franchises. I didn't see Octopath for whatever
We
reason.
shall require all the kingdoms of Ardra to stand against it together.
Maybe they just put it under some other franchise.
Well met, Gernsback.
Maybe like the I don't know. Or Bravely.
King,
Bravely
thank
Default.
you
That's another one.
before.
There is no need to bow your head to me.
Seventh Saga.
We may indeed be enemies. However, in order to defeat that thing,
My name is
the Realm
Gernsback.
Scourge, we will need your strength as well. So please.
I am afraid that is not a decision I could make at my own discretion. Forgive me.
Need to lean back so I can feel the AC.
The confidence my king gained from felling Jaden and acquiring his ring seems to have left him. I fear it may require some time for him to get back on his feet again. Moreover,
There is yet more. Speak freely. I shall try to help in whatever ways I am able.
this is not the kind of matter one should reveal to the leader of an enemy nation. However,
Oh,
King
snap.
Lund, I trust that I may confide this in you. The whereabouts of King Oberon's younger sister, Princess Alaya, remain unknown. She was last seen when she departed for Rundal Castle in order to take her place at Jaden's side.
I see. Understood. I promise we shall send word the moment we learn anything.
You have our thanks.
Speaking of which, allow me to share what we have learned regarding the Realm Scourge. After it consumes the souls of those in its wake, it seems to need to rest for a time. But it is conjectured that during that time, the monstrosity discharges a miasma, rendering any
Who's my
approach
favorite of the
nigh
original
impossible.
characters? Of original Final Fantasy?
So that explains why the beast up and left.
Huh.
Exactly.
Let me think about that.
After a short time, however, it shall certainly arise back into action.
That's a good
I
question.
understand.
There's some characters that I like for certain reasons.
We are indebted to you in various ways now. It
And
seems.
like one of the ones that stands out to me is Sabin from 6, just because of the suplexing the train. Hmm. Trying to think of who else could stand out like that. It's weird. I feel like in each game, I usually get obsessed with one character for whatever reason. So like, I remember being obsessed with Yuffie, even though like, I don't think Yuffie was like all that special. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's cool and everything, but she's like an optional character. And like I said, Vivi for 9, Zell for 8.
His Majesty was finally able to enter the royal carriage.
Also an
Perhaps it was
8.
the terror of
Quistis.
being
I really like
unable to fell the realm
Quistis
scourge.
for like no reason. I just
Extremely
liked her
anxious
look a
about
lot.
riding inside the carriage.
It is possible he simply did not wish to be enclosed.
But
in a
like
space
as far as
from which
favorite
there was
goes,
no immediate way out of. Where it could have
I might
triggered
default to like
memories of
Cloud or
Lycaros
something.
and the cell he was imprisoned in.
Alaya, where are you, Alaya?
He has been in this state for a good while now. If only Princess Alaya were here to comfort
Or you know who was good? Sid from 7.
We can only hope Her Highness is under the safeguard of Isaac.
He was
and Avenger.
hilarious.
According to King Mont of Leonis, the Realm Scourge has entered a state of inactivity for the time being, which buys us a brief window of opportunity. Let us withdraw back to Rundal Castle.
But yeah, if you mean
Organize our
characters in
forces.
this game, I really like Salir.
That seems the
Salir
best option for now.
and Lilith are probably my favorite characters. And Glaciella. It's funny because those are all girls, all the waifus.
I am glad to see you all safe and sound. The Realm Scourge has withdrawn somewhere beyond our knowledge, offering us a
And
brief
Adelard.
respite.
Adelard is really good.
However, this is not but a fleeting moment. It shall eventually reawaken and resume its path of carnage and destruction. What we need to do at present is mend our wounds and restore our spirits in order to be ready for the coming battle.
But I think this game does a pretty good job with
Daimler has
character
agreed to an
design.
armistice.
I think a lot of these games for me will be memorable for a long time.
Strategize further.
Lady Keto, I bring information.
Whereas like some characters from Final Fantasy are just like,
What is the matter, Keto?
I feel like you remember them because they're like so
intends to commence hostilities with Goga.
They hope to settle the
I don't want to say
dispute between the
flamboyant,
two
but they're just
Shinobi
like
villages
so
then.
Correct.
I don't know the word.
King Mont?
They say the Realm Scourge is
Outlandish.
drawn to the departing of
Like their
souls.
design is just like
I can only pray this does not endanger you and the people of
made
Saiga.
to purposely stand out,
As far as that menace
like
is
Kefka
concerned,
or something.
I dare say you needn't worry. For the time being, at least.
What makes you think that?
The Realm Scourge seems to require rest in order to digest the souls it has consumed.
So, until it has completed resting, the Realm Scourge should not move?
If that were not the case, there would be no need for it to abandon us on the battlefield and move elsewhere.
That seems logical. That said, to be safe, I think the Shinobi clans need to settle their dispute as quickly as possible.
Understood, Your Majesty.
Do you require reinforcements?
No. This is a matter for our clans to settle ourselves.
I see.
Hit one.
Then I only have one command for you.
I don't know.
Anything you wish.
Honestly, I feel like this game.
To come back
I would
alive.
love for them to just do something completely random.
Yes,
To just
Your Majesty.
bring in a character that nobody would ever expect. Like Lara Croft was actually a pretty good one.
We shall settle this. And return to King Mont's side without fail.
forget, was Lara Croft free or was she pulls? I forgot. I think she was pulls. Let me see. No, yeah, I think she was for pulls.
Fight until the very end. Give it my all.
Let us enjoy ourselves.
Your demise is upon you.
Cut you down with this very blade.
I can
Not finished yet, I hope.
Not even close. Thought you could hit me. Meet your end.
Prepare yourself.
Come now.
Let
Whoa.
us enjoy ourselves.
Found it.
This is exciting.
This is it for you.
I will not stand
Interesting.
down.
I got an ad for War of the Visions on YouTube.
Well done.
Yeah, Lara Croft was definitely for polls. I mean, they could technically they could collab with any anime as well. They've shown that they're willing to do that. The feudal era. Yeah. I don't know if you saw Soul from FFBE, but I think his design is a little too much for this game. He just came out, or he was just announced on the JP version.
Is something the matter?
Uldo's back.
Come on. No need to be so fighty.
Rebelka? These two are not our allies.
I wouldn't say we're your enemies either, though.
Rebelka. What did you see?
Oh no, so I guess
Judging by their get-up, it was probably someone.
apparently they're releasing Soul and Irvin at the same time. I think Soul's design is like out of control. It's like crazy. But that's on Reddit.
Huh? What are we looking at? Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
One of the Six Fangs.
A member of the Six Fangs in bed with Goga, huh?
Oh, whoops.
I smell
Crap.
blood, faint though it may be.
Most impressive that you could sense it too.
Do not mock me.
It was no jape. I was genuinely surprised.
Yeah, I mean, kind of thinking about it though,
You notice it too?
like Nier is kind of like a weird futuristic type
what
of
might you be
collab,
talking
and I feel like I don't feel like those characters stand out too much.
Mind.
Maybe because they're dressed in black,
As Heindler officially
and
joined forces with the Goga clan,
Persona also kind of feels.
As far as I know, that would be out of the question.
I don't know what Persona feels like, but
Despises Goga from his very being.
again, they're all dressed in black too, so I feel like they don't stand out that much.
I guess. For now, our concern should be the fact the scent of blood is fresh.
You reckon someone just got hacked and slashed? Who could it be?
If we can catch that Jeter fellow, I'll squeeze him and squish him until he spills the beans.
I'm sure you could. But it's probably wise not to do anything that might draw attention to us.
Don't tell me you fear for my well-being.
Of course I do, Your Highness. You are King Jaden's betrothed, after all. Perhaps we should follow the sin of blood and see where it leads us.
I'm gonna put my desk up, I think. A little bit. Maybe. Let me see. Let's see how
Jeter's
this
a member
looks.
of the anti-Rundle faction.
I have a
That's
manual.
a juicy tidbit.
Manual standing desk here.
Though I am sure
See
he
if
wants to think he hides it. I am also quite certain he is colluding with the Sanctum as well.
So I could keep it like halfway.
So we're after a man of faith, huh?
Just to make sure I stood up a little bit straighter because my back is starting to hurt.
But I thought I may need their help if I were to someday raise the flags of rebellion against Rundle. This is why I initially approached Jeter.
Actually, that would be pretty good, like older Dragon Quest
Makes
units.
sense. So this Jeter was the one who filled your head with half-truths and sweet little lies.
Hmm.
Correct.
It's the Sanctum who benefits most from dividing Rundle and Heinler. Maybe following this smell of blood will reveal what exactly Jeter and the Goga clan are up to. Are you afraid to uncover the truth, Princess?
Not at all. Lead the way.
Anyone who gets in my way.
Fight until the very end. You will fall.
Let us enjoy ourselves. Let us enjoy ourselves.
Cut you down with this fairy
I
blade.
suppose I can play a
I'm
little
sorry.
for you.
Okay.
This is exciting.
Wasn't there a character named Eldrick in Dragon Quest? Eldrick. Oh, it's Erdrick. Okay. Because I think there's a character called Eldrick in this game, and there's the Full Metal Alchemist brothers. They're both last name is Elric. But yeah, I honestly though the artist for Dragon Quest, I think it's the same artist for like Chrono Trigger, and Dragon Ball. So their art, that guy's art is like really good, and I feel like it's good for this game. Like it can be done to fit into this game is kind of what I mean.
What's wrong?
You there. Revelka, was it? Come with me.
You mean just the two of you?
Yeah, Kira Toriyama. The
Princess
name just didn't come to me.
I ask that you stay here with Odoa.
What is going on here?
But I think I saw something on Instagram where it's like they had Goku, right? It was like black and white Goku, but then they took his hair off and they moved Vegeta's hair onto it, and all of a sudden it looked exactly like him. And then they took Vegeta's hair off and then they put Gohan's hair. And they looked the same, and like the face didn't change at all. So you can say like Pizarro and all of them just look like Goku.
This is mighty uneventful.
You do realize that Brifford and Revelka have only been gone mere moments?
Argumentative little princess, aren't you?
There's something I've been meaning to ask you since I first laid eyes on you at Rundal Castle.
Oh, and what might that be? How courtly of you to be so ready to court me.
What's your deal?
Huh?
I have been to Rundal many a time before, but not once had I seen you there. Moreover, your attire. How are you not freezing to death?
Feeling the cold is just proof that your heart isn't as hardy as it should be. I was born in Fennis and raised in Fennis.
That's hilarious. They just addressed the whole bikini armor.
I came to Rundal.
I feel like they just broke the fourth wall there.
Me to join him at his side. But I belong only to his fierceness, King Moraga. So I had to put down Jaden's advances with an iron fist.
I'm not really following, but I take it you were with Rundal for now then?
That's the short of it, yes.
I feel like nothing's really happening right now.
Else you want to know? Now's your
in this
chance.
story.
The vault is open and the great Uldoa is ready to share.
I feel like this story definitely needed more
I
Uldoa.
think I've heard enough.
Oh.
You get Goku Black, yeah.
The scent of blood grows stronger.
That it does. Unfortunately, that also means we've got a couple of problems to deal with.
See if I can find that on Instagram.
This is why the smell of bloodshed is never a good thing. Let's say we make quick work of this lot and push on, eh?
Agreed.
Anyone who needs your way.
Fight until the very end. Will not stand down.
Let us enjoy ourselves. Savor this pain.
I think I saved it at least.
Cut you down with this very
I
blade.
suppose I can play a little.
If not, I probably did, to be honest.
Is this what you wanted?
Maybe it was on YouTube that I saw.
It ends here.
Perhaps now you know not to dance with a demon.
Check my like videos. Apparently, I've been watching a lot of workout videos.
The trail seems
Damn,
to
I don't know.
lead to
I
the
don't
bottom
remember
of
where I
this
saw
cliff.
it.
Looks like it.
It was on TikTok.
Perhaps a severely wounded person was dumped off the edge here. Or
They dived off to save themselves.
unlikely, but not out of the question.
What are you doing?
I'm going down to see for myself. Don't worry your little head. I'm not asking you to join me.
That's not what I am concerned about.
Oh, so you were worried about my safety. You wait here. If anything happens, forget about me and head straight back to Princess
I don't remember
Alaya
where I
and
saw it.
Aldoa. Got it?
Fine.
Pretty sure it was on Instagram though. That sounds bad. Who's that?
She still has breath left in her.
I don't remember this lady.
Her?
It's Lady Effinger.
Oh, okay.
Effinger, you say? That makes her one of the Six Fangs.
What was that? Oh, Jeter was after
Jeter
her.
character isn't messing around.
Yeah.
We should hurry back to Princess Alaya.
Agreed.
Interesting. I don't know, sometimes I feel like this story just comes up with like new characters just to kind of serve, I don't know, to serve what's currently happening in the story, I guess. But it's not necessarily a good, like a good thread for the story. Dang, so crazy. I think I'm about to hit 2 hours. And I've really just watched like 2 chapters of story.
Oh goodness, no.
Don't panic. She still breathes.
Oh, Effinger.
I might click through this actually. Might be a little bit faster.
What happened to her?
I found her at the bottom of a cliff. There was someone else down there with her.
Someone...
You didn't tell me that.
Derek Jeter.
There was no point mentioning it.
What?
Who was this other person? Revelka.
I am sorry, my lady. Grifford insisted I wait at the cliff top.
Why did you not save them as well?
They were already dead.
Because it was too late. They were too far beyond saving. This Effinger, as you call her. When I found her, she was cradling the bloody severed head of a man.
Who is to say that wasn't your doing?
There are things that are okay to say and things that certainly aren't.
Tell us the truth.
Why don't you ask the lady yourself when she awakens then?
She literally just awakened.
Hang in there. Princess Alaya? Yes, it is me. I am glad you're alive. I am so very, very glad. But Isaac, he...
Yo, Isaac just reminded me of another game.
Was he
I don't know if you remember Golden Sun, but
He protected me.
that would be pretty interesting.
From whom? Who did this to you? It was Jeter.
Jeter, you son of a...
He had Goga Shinobi with him. They took Isaac's head. And then they turned their blades on me. I just wanted to protect Isaac as he fell from a cliff. And then I was holding his head in my arms as I fell too. I was overcome with the desire to leave this world at Isaac's side, and
Wow, that's pretty grim.
there is simply no point in continuing to live in a world without him.
I think I might stand up fully.
Then, this man here saved me. That's when I
this going.
realized I must cling to life no matter what. For that is the only way to wreak my revenge on that wretched traitor Jeter.
Jeter.
Mind if I ask you something? Why was this Jeter out to kill the two of you?
Derek Jeter. Ooh, Fire Emblem, that might be good.
We were in his way. At least that's what he said.
There's so many Fire Emblem games though. I feel like Fire Emblem is its own version of this game.
Then the division between our two countries would worsen beyond
I think that should be
reconciliation.
good enough.
I believe that's what he was thinking.
Keep it like there.
You can leave this Jeter scum to me.
I'm afraid of like, cause certain games are like Nintendo, so like,
You just focus on
I feel like Nintendo's not as willing to share their characters. Yeah, Golden Sun is Nintendo too. Well, they haven't really done anything with Golden Sun in years.
What is it?
I am sorry that I doubted you.
Think not of it. It's better to be suspicious than to believe everyone and anyone.
Where are you off to then?
First, I think I shall pay a visit to the village of Goga.
Oof.
This was not just Jeter's doing. That shinobi village deserved to be razed to the ground as well.
I shall accompany you.
What about Effinger?
Revelka, I leave Effinger in your care.
But, Lady Elia!
I shall be all right. So please, just look after her.
Yes, my lady.
Fire Emblem reminds you of Dragon Quest. I could see that. It's like almost like Nintendo's version of all of these games, like Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy.
An icky fire in my belly, and I'm ready to be doing something about it.
It's like Nintendo's tactical game.
Let's get moving.
They technically have Advance Wars too, but Advance Wars would probably not fit into the game at all. Oh, you know what game would be awesome? Valkyria Chronicles. I feel like we haven't heard from that series in a long time, but I played the first one. It was pretty good.
Down with this very blade.
I suppose I can
My
do
power
for you.
overflows. Not even close. This is it for you. Thought you could hit me.
I will not stand down.
Your demise is upon you.
You handle this.
The fun's not over.
Yeah, you know, that could definitely happen, but like sometimes too, either the game or the company gets absorbed into another company, and then they have like you know, Final Fantasy is the main Square IP, so like a lot of the older series just get ignored, or you don't see them that often. The same thing with Nintendo. Nintendo has a lot of good properties that you just don't see that often. And going back, I wanna check Octopath Traveler. Path Traveler. Square Enix collaboration with Acquire. The game was released for Nintendo Switch.
I'll kill anyone who says it for you. I will fight until the very end.
Maybe they don't fully own.
Enjoy ourselves.
They might not fully own Octopath Traveler. Because I was thinking like maybe it's under the Mana series or something like that.
Is this what you wanted?
Or some other series, but it's clearly not. Yeah, I feel like they probably just don't fully own it, so that they're not gonna. It's not showing on their IP list.
Meet your end.
Which is weird, man. I feel like whenever they do a collab like that, like a game made by a different developer, I feel like they should do something to kind of just say that, you know, they might want to use the characters in a different game or in a crossover game or whatever, because that would probably be good for them to just have that. They could say it's like a way to promote the game too. Then again, they probably just want to make the maximum amount of money. If there's ever a collab, they probably just want to have all the revenue to themselves and not have to share with anyone else. Yeah, because even if you think of Final Fantasy, there's got to be like multiple teams just doing Final Fantasy games. So like all the other teams, like, they're probably getting to work on some of those games.
You sense it too, I see.
Yes. The presence.
Yo, I want them to release her. She's really cool.
Their enmity and hostility is so strong, they are unable to hide it. But that would mean
That the Goga clan is also aware of them.
Is it some kind of revenge attempt?
I like the Japanese style doors, I guess, sliding doors.
There's something I need to tell you. Does it concern the force that surrounds this village? So, you are already aware of them too? We believe they are from Saiga, a rival clan of shinobi that has history with Goga. The Saiga clan. I see.
What does Goga plan to do about them?
Pretend they haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary, then lure their prey into attacking. Goga already has its own forces surrounding Saigas from further outside their perimeter, you see. As soon as the Saiga clan make their move, Goga shall finish them off. I see. Nivlu, you intend to side with Saiga, do you not?
Was it that easy to tell?
It wasn't Rundal that wiped out our V-clan, but the shinobi of Goga. As such, I can never forgive them. What if I told you now is not yet the time? Clan's Lady Livla. You know I would follow any
Livla.
order you give me, but please grant me this one deed. I expected you would say as much.
But Goga are formidable. Are you sure you can emerge victorious?
In all honesty, I am not. However, the reason I joined Goga was to take revenge against Rundal. But that was all based upon a lie. It was Goga who destroyed our homeland all along.
You were merely a victim of their deceit.
It is true that I was deceived, yes. But I grew intoxicated with the power that was Goga. I fantasized that I had grown stronger and important, but I had only grown arrogant. And the innocent people of Saiga met a
I
cruel
like barely understand what's going on with this.
That is why I believe I must now make amends for at least one of my many sins. No matter what danger I must face to do so.
It appears you are quite adamant about this.
I am.
She reminds me of a character from like a movie or something, or an anime.
What are your thoughts on the matter?
Nivlu is a most compassionate and kind young woman. We can only hope she does not do anything reckless.
It is quite the quandary.
Yes, it is indeed.
This whole chapter's been kind of a little slower than the last few. Oh yeah, they pretty much went away from all the action.
Any movements from Goga?
They don't seem to have noticed our presence yet. How long do you intend to hide there? Why don't you come out and join us?
Huh? Nea! After Rundal Castle
Nea?
went up in flames, I thought you left with Marielle. So, why are you out here then?
I cannot let Goga go unpunished. That is why. Rundal was our common enemy, so I believed Goga was my ally. But after working with them, I came to understand. With my own ears, I heard what their real objective is. They intend to capture Princess Alaya and use her as a bargaining chip with Heinler. Goga cannot be trusted. I finally realize this now. So I thought I should side with the Saiga clan. I thought this would be the quickest way to see Goga pay for all they have done. So here I am.
Fair enough. Welcome aboard.
You mean?
It would be reassuring.
Yes.
Oh,
By
whoops.
all means, please lend us a hand.
They seem like they got everyone on their side.
Second thoughts already?
We are not like Goga. We won't betray you.
I'm in. I shall lend you my hand.
Think.
The sun shall be setting soon.
And that's our signal to ambush them.
That's a rather lazy plan.
Huh? Ketone! You came to help us!
You do realize we are currently surrounded.
What are you saying? We're the ones who are doing the surrounding.
You never learn, do you?
Big brain maneuvers surrounding the surrounders.
Are we truly surrounded?
Unfortunately, we are, sister.
Sister.
In that case,
we either retreat or face an honorable death.
Well, I'm not choosing either of those options.
Huh?
I say we crush them.
Slow down for a minute, Alim. We were just told that we are the ones being surrounded.
What I'm suggesting isn't reckless. During the battle at Rundal Castle, Goga lost many of their shinobi and plenty more were wounded. Marielle probably hasn't recovered from her wounds yet either.
In other words, you mean you don't think we're going to be all that outmatched in the end?
Why would they attack if they're really down by that much?
The enemy has us surrounded. That just means there won't be as many shinobi in the village itself.
We only target Marielle then.
I thought the point was gonna be to not fight though.
See. You have thought this through indeed, Alem.
Despite appearances, I am still the chief of Saiga, you know.
She is? I didn't really... I don't remember that.
Then we might not get another one.
You're not wrong about that.
I heard what you said earlier. You're thankful you're aiding us. But under no circumstances are you to do anything reckless. Understood. Marielle should be in the chieftain's house.
That's right. Let's head in together and aim for there.
The sun is setting.
Okay.
Anyone who gets this is it for you.
Oh, nice kill there. Triple kill.
Let us enjoy ourselves.
Your demise is
Oh my god.
Get down with this fairy
I follow Nintendo on YouTube. And I got a notification of a new Rhapsody game. I really gotta watch this trailer later. But that would be so funny. I remember I bought Rhapsody because it's like a musical game or whatever. I don't think I ever played it, but I was like so hyped to play it. Cause it's like a cheesy kind of musical. And it looks like they made a sequel, so that's really interesting.
We'll give it my all. Found it. Well done.
Let's see. Yeah, she might as well just watch it now. Rewind it. It looks like the same game. Oh yeah. I guess it's not as musical as the other one. It looks cute.
Kill anyone who gets this is it for you. I will fight until the very end. It ends here. Cut you down with this fairy blade.
Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to do my trust stones later because it's already 4:30. I mean, I could stay till like 4:45, but considering how long it took me yesterday.
The fun's not over.
Disgraceful. Prepare yourself. Take this.
Try to endure.
Is this what you wanted? Much better.
Disgraceful. The natural conclusion.
Yeah, this Goga and Saiga side story, not super exciting. It's so funny, like there's all these missions that I never did, and I just left them because I don't really need like 10 yellow orbs. Oh wow, she's like in critical condition over here.
Saiga has come to take you down. There's no point getting your beauty sleep anymore. Time to face
Alan.
Just finish her off. She's a decoy.
But that's definitely Marial.
What? She's dead.
No way.
What the heck is going on here?
I smell something burning.
Oh.
What is going on here?
Is she a decoy? What's going on?
Everyone outside now.
They surrounded them to trap them in this. Mia.
Long time no see, huh, Kitao?
Mia has no business being
Did you kill Marial?
like a major player in this.
Of course I did. She was all wounded and barely able to move. But even then, she kept talking like she was still in control. There's no way a useless wretch like her could lead Goga properly. So, from now on, I'm the chief of Goga. And I won't be cutting anyone any slack.
That's hilarious.
To get the ball rolling, I think I'll execute you all here and now.
Alright, I think that's enough for side stories. Alright, TV continued. I think that means I caught up to the... That was the latest story right there. Alright, so I'll probably leave the trust stones. I mean, I'll do them tonight, but then tomorrow I'm going to keep working on them. Because that's going to be a whole... It's a whole process. But yeah, I've got a bunch going here. I really only have one set that I feel like it's maxed out. It's kind of the way I want them to be. But I'll keep working. So I've got certain TMRs. Also, if I go by letter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sort of 6, sort of 7. Alright, so I have enough shards to make like 6 or 7 sets, I guess. So I should get rid of these yellow ones. They're not even that good. They're at level 20, but they're not really any kind of good abilities or anything. In theory, I can sort of just use MR stones and stuff to make like okay versions. But then again, I'm just wasting time because at this point I have enough red ones that I can make the abilities and sort of just transfer them over and stuff like that. So it doesn't make sense to make anything less than red. But yeah, there's certain, I guess there's certain TMRs that I don't really have all red on them. Like the Phoebe TMR, I don't even mean to use that often. I forgot why I even made that. But yeah, you can see here Cecil's TMR and Ibarro's TMR kind of using less rarity stones. And I even got Oldoa's TMR here. It doesn't seem like it has something for each slot. Let's see. But yeah, hopefully I'm planning this. I think it's gonna take me like a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's really only has 2 things, but I want to try to make. Well, in total, I want to have like 10 total sets, but I want to start by making like 5 or 6 sets, and then I mean, I don't necessarily have a goal that I'm trying to hit. There's not like a PvP thing coming up or anything that I'm trying to prepare for. It's just like I want to have as much stuff as I can because I just never really focus on Trust Stones. And now that Reincarnation is out, that's kind of one thing I want to have done before, you know, before it becomes too overwhelming with the Reincarnation. Because like 120, like for the most part, I have a lot of 120s done. I feel like the Trust Stones are the next step between 120 and Reincarnation. I mean, you can do both at the same time, but if you have your Trust Stones done, you can just focus on Reincarnation after that. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah, yesterday I spent a bunch of time working on Halloween Riders TMR, the zombie mask. And it's still not like the best, but it's getting there. Like reaction block rate up 20, Berserk resistance 25. So this is probably gonna go on magic users. Agility debuff resistance. And I was saying that agility debuff resistance is something I'm probably gonna try to put on all my TMRs. See, so magic attack up. Lightning attack up is just kind of there. But I was saying that it might work for Ibarra or something like that. And hopefully she gets her Reincarnation soon. And then Spirit Piercing rate up. You know. But this is not, this is far from done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I still need like 3 more abilities. Then I need to temper everything. And then I'll be pretty happy with that. Yesterday I think I realized that you can max out 2 stats in the temper. You can probably max out everything, but it would probably be like a 1 in, 6,000 chance or something like that. But I'm gonna try to get as close to max in 2 stats as I can with that, and then I'll sort of work from there. All right. And this is I didn't realize this had to be leveled up. Oh, HP recovery probably affects that. Alright, so yeah, I'm pretty much done for today. Fola, thank you for hanging out. I think it was a fun conversation. Yeah, I'm kind of just looking forward to any, honestly, the Crystal Warriors, I feel like we're good with that. Like, I feel like we have enough Crystal Warriors. I'm looking forward to any kind of Final Fantasy collab. Any, like, different versions of story characters, like original characters. Or any other collabs, like anime, like, Full Metal Alchemist or Persona or anything like that. I think I'd be more willing to spend on those than on Crystal Warriors. That's just me. Alright, in any case, I probably have to work on Trust Stones later tonight, but in any case, I have to go. And again, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for anyone that has viewed this or will view this as a VOD. But I'm about to head out. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.